This activity is called a quadruped rocked back breathing. So this is a good option to use anti-gravity circumstances to help acquire an early position of the pelvis. So as we get into a deep squat, we're representing an earlier position. So Casey here is going to have 4 points of contact with his feet pushing against the wall. Now, just in the same way that sometimes you need to use a heel wedge for someone when they're squatting, you might have to do the same thing here if they're unable to get their heels against the wall. So we have Casey here with a small wedge to make sure that he can get the early foot position, 4 points of contact, first met head, fifth met head, and both sides of his heels. His knees are at about 100 to 110 degrees of hip flexion. He might even be able to take this a little bit further and rock back into it and increase that hip flexion and get into a nice early position. He's got good expansion through his posterior thorax or DR space. His head is not lifted up too high or tucked with the chin. He's creating good pressure with his hands into the table with a little bit of an emphasis on the thumb pads. From this position here, he's going to take a nice inhale through the nose for 3 to 5 seconds, and then a nice full exhale out through his mouth for another 3 to 5 seconds.